Hey, Jeff here with Digital Trends, and we're taking a look at the new Google Nexus 5X. This is a follow-up to the 2-year-old phone now, the Google Nexus 5, and it looks a lot like that phone. It's a very plasticky design, very light, but that's not to say bad. This is made by LG, and it appears to be based, at least internally, a lot on the LG G4, which is one of our favorite new phones. So very thin, very light. Nothing crazy to report there. One of the coolest new features is this fingerprint sensor. I believe it's called Nexus Imprint. So it's not set up for me here, but you basically tap just like an iPhone fingerprint sensor. You tap it on the back, and it will unlock your device. It'll actually unlock it even if the screen is completely off. You tap this, and it instantly unlocks. I've seen it done. Unfortunately, you have to calibrate your finger, and I haven't had time to do that, so I haven't done it myself. But I have seen it done, and it works pretty well. This runs Android Marshmallow, so there's a few new features. I can show you one real quick. Let's see if I can pull it up. So Android Google on Tap. So if you're in like a conversation and you happen to be talking about a place or something like that, or if you're in any app really doing that, you can hold the home button there for a little bit, and it'll actually bring up the locations, or it tries to smartly know what you're talking about. And then it'll bring up all the apps too, so you can instantly click on that restaurant and bring it up in Yelp. And even from an app like Yelp, you can do Google on Tap again and bring it up and go to other apps. So it kind of makes multitasking easier. It makes switching between apps a little easier for doing stuff like that. There's also one really cool feature in Android Marshmallow, that I'll show you too, real quick. And a lot of you might not even care about this, but it is a very important app for when you do. So finally, in Android, you can change the permissions of apps. So if you don't want a particular app, usually when you install apps, there is just a ton of permissions, but now you can say, hey, I don't want this app to have my location. I'm going to deny it. Or sure, you can use the microphone. So those are a few features of Android Marshmallow. As you can see, it looks very slick. It's very speedy. This runs a Snapdragon 808 processor. I've noticed no slowdown at all on this device. And it looks very slick. It's a 5.2-inch screen, and it's a 1080p display, so not setting any records there. 12 megapixel rear camera. I might be mistaken, but I believe it's an 8 megapixel front camera. In any case, it's a very nice front and rear camera. They're claiming it's better than the iPhone 6, which would mean it would be in heavy competition with the iPhone 6S. So we'll see about that when we do some actual testing. But until then, all we can do is speculate, and we're hoping it's a very good camera. We really like the new fingerprint sensor. It's a great location for it. And everything's looking pretty good for the new Nexus 5X.